Hi everybody, Gail here. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Those of you here in the States who had a long weekend, I hope it was a great one. And I hope everybody else had a wonderful weekend too. I appreciate you stopping by. I've got a journal to share with you this morning. It's another tall, skinny, and this one is kind of a folio style or a wrap style. I'm not quite sure if it has a proper name, but it is what it is. And it is 72 pages. It's 11 by about 4.5. And I used my kit, my tall skinny kit called Ode to Neutrals, or Neutral, Ode to Neutral I think it is. And then I have added blues in with the mix, and I've used papers from Chapter 1, Raven Printables, Ruby and Pearl, Poole Designs, Roxy Creations, Souvenir de la France, Ida Jane Designs. I think it's Designs. Pardon me if I'm wrong. And I'll put the list in the description box below, and if I have forgotten anybody, I'm very sorry. I just, sometimes I use pieces and parts, scraps from the scrap bin, and I don't always recognize where they came from, so I do that. Anyway, let's get into this. I'm trying to get this done before my hubby gets home because he's quite noisy, and I'm enjoying having the house to myself this morning, and it's just peaceful and quiet. So let's unwrap this. Let me just show you. Trying to get all of it in the screen, then I have to put the camera up so high, so we'll just deal with it. But these are the front and the back. It's one signature. It's a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. I've just done a wrap closure with some really pretty, it's like a, I don't know, I would call it a steel blue seam binding. Let's see if I can get this on. So I've given you quite a bit of seam binding to play with. So this journal opens. I've designed it so that this part would be on the top, but it could also be the other way around. And for this page, the top section of this page is from the Godey's Ladies Book, and it is mid to later 1800s publication. I'm not quite sure the exact date. And then this is a French book page that I printed on. So that is this part of the cover. You could fold this over like so and have this the front of the journal. There is some lace. I don't know if I showed you that. There is some lace on the edge of the journal. This is an image from the Ode to Neutral kit. And up here I've put some embossed book page, vintage book page. Alright, so those are the covers, whichever way you want it. And then when we open it inside, I'm just going to open it all up. And let's just do a little preview here. Okay, I'm just going to have to keep moving this around because otherwise I have to put the camera up so high it's hard to see. So excuse me for the moving. I've got a side tuck here, and this was made on a file folder, so this was just folded over so it's nice and sturdy. And then I've added this pocket, and I created just a little collaged tag, and then this is another small tag. This was left over from a window envelope, and I've just cut it down and made a teeny tag from it. And I think I got this idea from Scrapbooking with Me from Miss E. So I just really like these. They're great to tuck into small places. So that's that tag. And then let's just jump over here a moment. I've got another pocket. Let me say the back of this journal, let me take this out, is covered in fabric there's two fabrics. There's this kind of polka dotted fabric and then some goldy bronze kind of fabric down here. And on this part of the file folder tab, I've just added some fabric. And then the pocket has got some polka dotted netting over it. And then I've just created this journal tag to go inside. Added some book page, little label. Okay. On to the journal part. So let's just see the top page here. Just some French ribbon and some embossed, really dark, like I'd say navy blue, handmade paper, and a little scrap of a vintage doily. This was created with a window envelope, and I've just collaged it. And I've made a flip out of it. The back, plenty of room for writing, one of Sam Poole's stamps, and this opens up and we've got a pocket in here. And so this is what you saw through the window, and then I've just collaged this journal card. And I left the let me open this here a little bit. The inside of the envelope, I left it with the background that it came with because I like that. I liked getting a glare. I like that design. And I thought it worked with this, so I left that alone. A lot of times I will cover the insides, but this time I didn't feel like it needed it. And then under the flip here we've got another page, and I've tucked some goodies in this pocket, and it is this is from the kit. I've added some seam binding. This is a little lace flip, so there could be some journaling here. Most of the laces that I've used in this journal is from Nery at Nery's Laces. Hi Nery, thank you so much. I really enjoyed using these. I've got a few of mine in here, but most of them are Nery's. And inside the pocket, there's some more French book page that I printed a design on top of. This is just a little journaling spot. So, place to write there. I will say this journal's got lots of writing space, and it's got lots of room for decorating and adding whatever the new owner would like. And as always, all of my inserts can be removed and used however you would like to use them. And then on this side of the page, I just have some scrap paper and a label. I think this is Tracy Fox. I think this is a Tracy Fox label. And then just some stained paper. I've added a piece of fabric up here in the corner. And then this page. This is actually a masterboard. It's not a copy, it's the real masterboard. I collaged it a while back, and I just thought it fit because it's got neutrals and blues in it. So I thought it fit well with the journal. And then this is an original, authentic invoice. I'm not sure the date on it. It's pretty sure it's 1800s. Up here I just added one of the circles from the kit, and underneath is a piece of Nery's lace. It's so pretty. It's just so pretty. And then on this page, this is one of my stained papers, and I've done some embossing, texture paste here, just a little bitty stamp. And then we've got a tuck here. Let me take these out. And I sewed on this image and some book page and some fabric, so it's just a little tuck. And then I tucked I tucked some vintage book page inside. Actually, it's from a magazine. I'm not sure the magazine. Let's see if it says. Hold on, sorry. The Fudge Papers. The Fudge Papers. November 1854. So I'm not quite sure which magazine it's from. I've got a couple different ones. And then here's another little, just a fold over with some writing space. So that goes in there. And then on the other side, we have another tuck spot. This was, excuse me, this image, and I just folded it over and made a little tuck out of it. Here I've got some dress pattern. I got this from my friend Meredith over at Share Mer Collections. Hi Meredith. Thank you. And I pleated it and just attached it up here at the top of the page. And I love the way that looked with the lines in it. And then inside the tuck, again, some more French rag paper from a book, an antique book. And then I made this tag. It's, excuse me, I didn't make the tag. It was already a pre-printed tag, and then I just added some lace. And instead of gluing this all down, I just made a little pocket out of it, and I tucked in this little digital reproduction of a baggage claim, I guess, and then this image, and I backed it with some stained paper and tucked that in, and then put that into the tuck. I tucked it into the tuck. Okay, enough for my weird humor. On this page, this is, isn't that pretty? Just beautiful. That's the back of it. Love this piece. And it's simply a writing place, a place to journal. Here you can see the whole page. Just beautiful. And so I just did a little trifold and tucked that under one of the Tim Holtz tiny paper clips. And then on the back page, some more of my stained paper, and this design was printed on tissue paper. And so I just added a little bit to the page. This is some antique French book page, rag paper. Love the feel of that. Another authentic invoice, and I just added a little fussy cut flower. And on this side, I added another little fussy cut little bird on a branch with some roses and daisies. Everybody wrote so beautifully back then. On this page, another tiny paper clip, and this is just a digital reproduction of in tiny format. This is from Heather at Ruby and Pearl. She has a digital kit with these tiny envelopes, and I love them. And it just opens. You can add some writing in there. On the back of this, just another little writing spot. And then these lovely ladies, room to write. And then on this page, I just added this little strip down here at the bottom. I stenciled the back of this, room for writing or whatever, but I just wanted to give it a little bit of interest. I've made a top tuck up here. Let me pull this out so you can see it. So it's just a top pocket or top tuck. And then I've added another place to write. I love this. This is from Poole Designs. I've also used Sam's stamps in some places. Love those stamps. So I put that under there, and then I had this tag from the kit, but I added this at the bottom of it just to give it a little bit more color. Backed it with some of my stained paper and tucked that up under there. Over here on this page, I just added a little fussy cut flower. And then over here, more of Nery's lace. I love this color, Nery. Love this. I did a belly band. And in the belly band, I added some vintage sheet music, Hungarian folk song, and this is a Lower Rhine folk song, Johann Brahms. So I tucked that inside. And then this is just a little journaling card. Tuck that in there with it. And then this is just a page from the kit. And I fussy cut these two ladies, made them a tuck, and then I took one of these faux envelopes again, small faux envelope, and made a writing space and tucked that behind the ladies. On this page, I just added some of my faux stained tape. This is an authentic handwritten letter, and I used one of Sam's stamps on some brown wrapping paper and attached that here at the bottom. I couldn't quite figure out the date on this. The only number that I really could make out was 23, so I don't know if it's 1923, 1823, I don't know. Maybe that has nothing to do with the date. And then I wrapped, or I folded over the outer edge of the letter to this side, and then over here you see the handwriting. Very light, very light. And then I've just added some washi tape here in the middle. And I just like I like to give these some strength, because these are thin papers. Oops. Then we've got, this is the center of the journal. Love this paper. And just some washi tape for decoration. This is the other side of that letter. Here's the original where they had it sealed, and when they pulled it apart, it ripped some of the paper. I think that's very cool. Again, now see, I don't know. There's a number 24, and it looks like a number 70, so I don't know. Some more of my faux stained tape. And then over here, I just die cut and embossed a little frame, put this image behind it, put some fabric behind it, and took one of those little French ribbons and did this simple little bow below the frame. On this page, I just made a tag and clipped it in with one of those tiny paper clips. On this page, I have a pocket, and in that pocket, I've added an inventory tag. And then this came from an old book that I found while on vacation this summer. I love this image. And I believe it was, I may be wrong, but I'm thinking it was dated 1906. And it's a very small book, not a lot of pages in it, but it had poems and these illustrations. And then there's the back. But I just love that. So I've been waiting for a place to use it. And this is the place. What I did here was I made a little tuck. Let me pull this out. So this is just folded over, and it's not real deep, but you could tuck a little something in there. And then I added this little lace pocket here. So this I just tucked in like that. And we'll just stick those back in. And another little, this is an original vintage die cut. Added up there. I hope I'm showing you all of this. And then here's just some fabric that I printed on. I think it's linen. It could be hemp. Not 100% sure. It's I got a package of fabric pieces from Rachel at Roxy Creations, so I'm not exactly sure. But I know she uses those fabrics. And then on this page is the stenciled page. And then now I added another strip on the bottom of this page like I did the other side of it. And then on this page, some more of Nery's lace. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I added, I got sidetracked, sorry. Squirrel brain for a moment. I made a, I made a tiny, oh my gosh, now I got myself all discombobulated. I made a tuck up here, a lace pocket. Oh my gosh, Gail. And then more writing space, just a little fold over, and tucked that in there. I think I can't remember if this, I think this is part of this page. I believe this is, I think this is Heather at Ruby and Pearl. I apologize. I'm all over the place. At first I thought it was one of Sam's stamps, so it's either or. Okay, and today's only Tuesday. Yes, I'm filming this on Tuesday. I don't know when you'll see it. Okay, moving on. Just a little fussy cut up here on the corner. And then on this page, this is that antique French book page. I made a paper bag. I think I made a paper bag. I didn't put anything in it. But I thought that just turned out really lovely. And so this I had folded over, so I just decided to tuck the bag in there. You can fill it with whatever you want. And I left this page alone. I loved this illustration right there. And this is a fussy cut from a book that I have. I think it might have been an address book. On this page, I added this is part of the kit. And I just it doesn't come this shape in the kit. What I did was I just cut this down a little bit this way, made it more narrow, excuse me, and then rounded this corner and just rounded the edges up a little bit here. And then I made another tall tag. This lady is in the kit. Lots of room to write on the back. Added just a piece of fabric up here as a topper or tag with a little staple in it. And the reason I put this clip here was just when you're flipping through it, I just wanted to keep the tag from falling out. Excuse my arm, I don't know how else to do it. Okay. Up here I've added, this is, I think, one of my favorites from Nery. This, I'm not even sure what you call it. Do you call it lace? Do you call it an applique? What do you call it, guys? Help me out here. But can you see the little sparkle in it? I love this. It's sheer behind ribbon. And then it folds over to this side. And again, just some of my stained paper in this pretty kind of blue color. I love this. And here we have a tall, narrow pocket. And I've added the image and some more lace underneath the image and some book page underneath the image. And I made this tall tag. This is part of the kit. It was either on one of the tags in the kit or one of the journaling cards. And I just wanted this image, so I cut it down and used that. And then added a label. I think this is a Tracy label. And some chiffon, or some sari ribbon. Did just a little stamp there. This is some stained lace paper. And folded it over to this side to make a side tuck. And added some lace on the edge. And then in this side piece, I added another fold over, light enough so you can do some writing on it. And journaling card. Just a little piece of embossed paper and some of that lace from Nery. And then this tag. So I just tucked all those in there. This is the other half of that invoice. And again, I folded the edge over. This one I glued down just to give it some strength. You can see it was pretty fragile on the edge. It had already ripped. Down here had a piece missing, so I just folded it over. This is the other half of that masterboard. And then on this side there is another pocket. And inside I did tuck from Godey's ladies book, just a page. Again, 1800s, mid to late 1800s. I don't remember exactly. And then this tag is in the kit. And another plain stained paper, and I just added a little stamping there. Here I did another belly band. This was from Roxy's Creation, and I believe I think I printed it a little smaller. I think in the kit it may be larger, but don't quote me, to make this belly band. And I did add a little gusset on each side, so it's not real tight to the page. Inside the belly band is an original handwritten French. I believe these are couplets, and I'm thinking something like done in the schoolroom. And then just some more authentic, this is from an old Bible. I believe it's dated 1800s. Might even be late 1700s. And I'm not sure what the language is. It's from a very old Bible, so my first guess is that it's German, but I could be totally wrong on that. Totally wrong on that. It's very soft paper because it's so old. And then this is from just a vintage book. I believe the book is 1931. Just 2 little pages. So I put all those in the belly band. And then we're on the last page. I've added a little strip of blue flowers up here. I did some lace over the edge. This is from the kit. And over here I put in a small short pocket. And then this is, in the kit there is a collage page, and so I cut it down and used it for the background on this page because I wanted the swan. I have a thing about swans. Just a vintage handwritten in pencil. I have no idea what it says. It's done on some very old grid paper. It must have been in some kind of folder that the paper went like this because it's got the holes at the top. And then I just created a little journaling space here. And this is from a French grammar exercise pad. It's a pad that I found, and you just rip it off at the top, rip the pages off. It looks like maybe you used it for your homework. I don't know. Because it's got class and date and name. It's French. That's all I know. And that tucked right here in this pocket. That's it. That's the end of it. Either way, guys, either way. Thank you for stopping by. Did I say that already? I'm going to say it again. I am always grateful for you guys, and you leave the best comments. And I hope that whenever you see this video that you've been having a really great day. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.